community, and this is how we grow our young ones, okay?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of What's Up, Doc. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. We do What's Up, Doc every week. We take time to talk about all that's happening here at the Dock Bookshop and in the community, because so much is happening, and we want to give voice to these events that are coming up, and also we want to just kind of celebrate our past events. And so this is what this show is all about. This show is all about happenings here at the Dock Bookshop and in the community. So thank you for joining me. I'm excited about this week. We got some great stuff coming up this week. I mean, we just have so much fun at the Dock. We do. I mean, it's just so much fun. I love what we do. We're all about community, culture, and books. If you're ever in the Fort Worth area, stop by and visit our store. Our address is 6637 Meadowbrook Drive. We're on the east side of Fort Worth. You can also go online at thedockbookshop.com and support us there. Definitely like, subscribe, hit the button. We want to grow our numbers on our YouTube channel. So definitely subscribe, and please share. Let others know that you have joined in, and we just want to get as many people as possible to join us as we talk about some wonderful events that's coming up. I mean, we have some great events coming up this week. And so before I get into all that, though, because we have two guests that's going to join us. We got Jason, Pastor Jason. He's going to join us. He's going to talk about the Ross Gay event. And then we also have our dear friend, Patrice Jones. She's going to join us. Patrice, she's going to talk about Southside Community Garden. They got a meeting here tomorrow at the Dock Bookshop. And then we're going to also talk about the DFW Literary SoulFest that's coming up on the 18th of November. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then also, we got elections coming up. So we're going to remind people to go vote tomorrow. Tomorrow is election day, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And so just a lot of things coming up this week. And but before we go any further, we got to give shout out to the Rangers. Go Rangers. Okay. I'm supposed to have on my Ranger shirt. I'm so not. Okay. My bad. I should have had on my Ranger shirt because, we're still celebrating the Rangers on their win of the World Series. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not much of a baseball fan, but I do celebrate with the Rangers. And I know they're doing, it was just a big party here in the DFW, and we all just celebrate them on their win. So shout out to the Rangers. And also on last week, we had the opportunity of a book club, and we had a wonderful time with the Women's Book Club. And shout out to the Night Women Book Club. They met on Saturday, and they read the book Paper Bag by Brian W. Smith. It was a great discussion. We had so much fun. So if you're ever looking for a book club to join, every Saturday at 3:00 is Women's Book Club, except for the month of December. And so our next book club will be in January. We take December off because of the holidays, but we're going to have something here at the Dock Bookshop. We're going to have a sip and shop on that day, so you can still come. But the book club won't meet again until January. So they're done for this year. We had so much fun with book club. We had a great time discussing Brian's book. I wish I was supposed to have it with me. I should have brought that book. But Paper Bag, Brian W. Smith, and in that book he deals with colorism. It really is an interesting book. We had a great discussion. So if you get a chance, pick it up, go online and order it. Paper Bag by Brian W. Smith. And so shout out to the Women's Book Club, and hit the link to join. If you're out there, Pastor Jason, go ahead and hit that link because I'm going to bring you up soon. And also I want to give a shout out to Movements for the Soul. That was so fun, y'all. It was a concert here on Saturday, Terror for Change. They sponsored a concert, and it was hosted by Decolonizing Music, and so we just had so much fun on Saturday. It was a great time. Chef D performed. Brown Goddess performed. Those are like our two favorite people. And then we heard Murray. He was new for me. He was awesome. And then there was another one. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna find out who that other one is. Hold on, because I don't want to leave anybody out. Yeah, hold on for a second. I gotta give you that last name. Okay. Miles Kennedy. They was really good. They kind of opened up the set and they were really good. Miles Kennedy. So look out for that name. They were great. So if you ever hear Miles Kennedy performing, go. Okay. Chef D, go. Murray, go. Brown Goddess, go. They were awesome. And thank you, Terror for Change, for hosting that or sponsoring that event, and Decolonizing Music for hosting that event. It was really fun. And so this week, wow, I am so excited about this week. Is Pastor Jason out there? Because I just want to get right into this week. This week on Thursday, November 9th. I don't know if he might be, okay, we'll give him a few more minutes to join in. But on Thursday, November 9th, I'm so excited. We got Ross Gay coming to Fort Worth, Texas. And for those who don't know who he is an author of 4 books of poetry. He's a poet. He's an author and a poet. And he also wrote 3 collections of essays. And I'm sure you probably heard of these books. I mean, the Book of Delights. And he also wrote Inciting Joy in 2022. The Book of Delights came out in 2019. Inciting Joy came out in 2022. And then a Book of More Delights came out this year in September 2023. So we're going to be, we're the bookseller for that event on Thursday. It's going to be at Trinity Episcopal Church. And that is in Fort Worth. What's the address? I'm going to look up that address right now because I really want y'all to mark your calendars and to join us. It's going to be, what is that? Bellaire Drive. Okay, found it. 3401 Bellaire Drive. Okay, 3401 Bellaire Drive South in Fort Worth, Texas, at Trinity Episcopal Church. Okay, so make sure you mark your calendars and be there. The program starts at 6:00, and we're going to be on site. We're going to have definitely going to have his latest book there, the Book of More Delights. We're going to have that book. We'll have a few of his older titles, but we're really pushing that book. And we're going to also have Amy's book there, The World of Wonders, as well. So please join us and please come out and support that event on this Thursday, November 9th at 6:00. Is Pastor Jason out there? Do you see him? Okay. Are you on? There you are. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me this evening and for just taking time out of your schedule to talk about this event that's coming up.
Yeah.
I appreciate you so much. We were trying to get Ross Gay, but of course it was short notice, so that didn't happen. But they said possibly in the future, so we look forward to that at a later time. But he's going to be here. We're so excited that he's going to be here this Thursday. That's right. So Pastor Jason, kind of tell us about you and what you do, at the church, and kind of explain to us how this event even came about.
Sure. Well, I am the associate rector at Trinity Episcopal Church, and I've been there. I just joined the staff in April of this year. So I'm new to Fort Worth, and but I have a background in literature and got my MFA in poetry, and so I've always tried to bring poetry and the life of literature into my work and ministry. I also edit a magazine. I just got copies of the autumn issue of Ecothea Review. And so we publish 4 times a year. We do poetry, essays, fiction, book reviews, and interviews. And I've had the delight of interviewing Ross and Amy for the magazine. We published an interview with them a couple of years ago.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. And so I've been connected with them for a little while, and just have great admiration for their work. And Ross is such an amazing figure, and just so full of joy and wisdom. And so when I was starting to think about, writers that I might want to bring to the church, when I started at Trinity earlier this year, the first idea that I had was Ross and Amy, because I know that they're friends. They both love to garden, and they have been friends for, I think, close to 20 years, and share their writing with one another, share gardening with one another, and travel together. And so I just thought it would be a lot of fun to get the two of them together to read and have a conversation. And so I reached out to them, and they said yes. And so they'll be here Thursday. And so they're going to read from their work. And then kind of the way that I like to host readings is really borrowed from a good friend of mine, a collaborator, another Episcopal priest, Travis Helms, who's a poet and serves an Episcopal church in Jackson, Wyoming. And he created this way of gathering around poetry several years ago that invites people into kind of some of the liturgy of the Episcopal Church. So we do responsive readings, but instead of, if you came to our church on Sunday, we would read a psalm responsively. But on Thursday night, we're going to read a couple of poems responsively, so the people in the audience will get a chance to not just hear poetry, but speak poetry into the space.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after Ross and Amy have both read, I'll ask them a few questions, and we'll open it up to the audience so that people in the audience can ask some questions, and then they'll come out and sign some books. So,
well, wonderful. We're so looking forward to this event. We're excited about it.
It's going to be
and
fun.
So, we're going to have a great time. And so I like that idea, though, of the community kind of doing the responsive poetry reading. Mm-hmm. That should be very interesting.
Yeah.
So I like
so
that concept.
You'll get a, we'll call it, since we'll be in church, we'll call it an order of service. And so you'll see the opening poem. And so certain lines will be bolded so that people know the lines that they have to read and speak into the space. And then Ross and Amy have each given the last poems that they'll kind of close out their sets with, so people can not only follow along, but then they'll have a little something to take away with them. And hopefully they'll have some books that they'll buy to take away with them too.
Yes, I hope so. Right. Yes, we're looking forward to that.
We're expecting a good audience. We've got 150 people have signed up so far. So it's
wonderful.
Yeah,
we're going to have a lot of fun. We're excited about it. I mean, Ross Gay is such. We were explaining to several people that Ross Gay is really a literary, I don't want to say legend, but he's a big figure in the literary world.
Yeah.
And so for him to be coming in Fort Worth, I just hope that he is received very well. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm, so I was telling Fort Worth, we need to come out and really support this event. I mean, because this is a big to do.
Yeah.
And so prayerfully, and I'm pretty sure Fort Worth is going to show up in a great way for Ross. So hold on, my ear thing just keep falling out. I always have a problem with this earpiece. I don't know. One day I'm gonna get headphones, but anyway. So and so now tell me, Pastor Jason. So you said you just arrived to our wonderful city in April. So where are you coming from again?
Moved from Houston. I was serving a church in Houston. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
And so are you a poet, you said, or you just...
I am a poet. Yeah. I have a book of poems that came out earlier this year, my debut collection.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So are you going to be, I know it's Ross and Amy. And I also need you to say her last name for me. But so are you going to be... Okay. Wait a minute here, because we've been trying to...
Yeah.
My production team and I, super producer. I've just been saying, because I've been getting tongue tied, but but I want to say it correctly. A lot of letters, say it one more time.
Nazuka Matatiel.
Oh my gosh, you're pretty good, super producer. He got it. You were close anyway. You were close. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for helping us with that. And we're looking forward to Amy, and she wrote the book, The Wonderful, what is it? World of Wonders. Yeah, World of Wonders. Mm-hmm. And so we're looking forward to hearing her. It'll be actually an introduction for us, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing her. And last question I have, because I don't want to keep you all night, because I know it's late. But so what do you from this event? Because I like the idea of you kind of merging poetry and literature with liturgical practices and stuff. Yeah. So I want to know, how do you think? One, how will it be received? And two, do you see other people coming in, not just church folk, but I'm just wondering,
right?
I mean, is this like an outreach is what I'm asking for?
It is
for the church.
Absolutely. I think of it that way. And I mean, I think that art is evangelical, right? That art is a way of sharing good news.
I like that.
And so we've been doing this thing on Thursdays at the church. Thursdays at noon, we call it lunch poems. And what we do is we gather in our chapel and we share one poem. And if it's me leading it, I'll bring in a poem that I have been recently obsessed with, and I'll read it one time, and then we sit for 10 minutes of meditative silence, and then read the poem a second time, and then we go and we sit in our parish hall and have lunch together and talk about what the poem brought up for us and what we think of it. And so I think that that literature can be this way of getting people together and talking and thinking about their lives and about things that are meaningful and powerful and difficult. And I shared one of Ross's poems a few weeks ago when it was sort of at the very beginning of the war in Israel, and it was a poem about just sort of in some ways the chances of our lives when we are or aren't in places that are being bombed or affected by war. And so it was this very powerful way of being together in that moment when a lot of us were struggling to process what is happening in Gaza. And so Ross's poem kind of gave us this opportunity to sit in wonder and grief and and also to recognize sort of a sense of strange gratitude. And so I think, what I hope for the event on Thursday is that people will be moved, that people will be glad that they came out, and that people will recognize, the church is one of the oldest patrons of the arts, right? And it's sort of, in some ways, forgotten that vocation, and so I'm hopeful that we'll do more events like this.
Yes.
I've done events like this in other churches, and it's just always kind of a wonderful mix of the people that are already part of the church, but that are longing for this sort of creative expression that artists bring to us, and then people that feel sort of estranged from religion or church, or they don't have a spiritual home, coming and finding that in kind of the gathering space of poetry, and
Right.
so that's kind of how I have been thinking about it, as a way of bringing people together around the sacred beauty of language.
Wonderful. Okay, well, we're so excited about it, and again, thank you for taking time out to join me on this evening. And it's good to see
Thank you,
you.
Donna. Well, it's going to be great, and so excited that y'all will be there. And
Yes, and thank you again for the invitation. We're just so thrilled, and so we're excited. And so we're going to continue to promote and share the word, and hopefully, like I said, it could be a great outreach for you as well. Those who may not be a part of your church, but still will come out and experience these two wonderful poets. And so, I'm actually looking forward to it. So are you going to open up with one of your poems or anything, or what?
Well, I probably won't read any of my own work on Thursday night, but I hope to get to read sometime again in Fort Worth. I gave a reading at the church when I first started, and that was really a joy to get to do that. And so I hope to be able to share my work again in the Fort Worth area. So
Okay.
but I do get to. I'm really excited about introducing Ross and Amy, and I kind of craft my introductions. I wouldn't say that they're poems, but they feel like more than just reading someone's author bio on the back of their book, right? There's a little bit more that goes into it. So
okay, wonderful. Oh, wait a minute, Jason, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I lost you for a minute.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you so much, and I appreciate you, Pastor. We will see you on Thursday at 6 o'clock.
All right.
So everyone, come out to Trinity Episcopal Church. On the address, Pastor, is
it's 3401 South Bellaire, and it's right behind TCU. So.
Right behind TCU. So we look forward to the event, and we need to be there at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's when it starts. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining us this
Donna.
evening.
Have a great night. See you Thursday.
You too.
Bye.
Thanks. Okay, bye. We're going to have so much fun on Thursday, y'all. So mark your calendars. Plan to attend. You need to experience Ross Gay and his poetry. He's an awesome poet, and so is Amy. Oh my God, Amy Ian, you need to come and experience her poetry as well. I'm so looking forward to Thursday night. So Thursday night, 6 o'clock, meet us. We're going to be at Trinity Episcopal Church at 6 o'clock. We're so excited that we have Ross Gay coming to the Fort Worth area. He's an awesome literary figure. He's an awesome poet. He wrote the book. Let's show his book right quick. This is the book that you need to have. Blow that up. Put that on the screen. I want y'all to make sure you add this book. It's going to be a wonderful gift too. A wonderful gift to add to your library. wonderful gift for your library and to give to others. Okay, this is a holiday season, a season of giving. Make sure you get the More Book of Delights by Ross Gay. We're going to have books available at the event. We're the bookseller at the event, so join us there and plan to get this book. Okay, he's going to be signing books. We're excited about that. All right. Okay. So that's a big to do this week. Okay. So we got to continue to spread the word, share that. And then also on tomorrow, is Patrice out there? She's not out there yet? Okay. We're going to wait for Patrice to come. Hold on. Super producer is telling me something. Wait a minute. I think she said, I'm not sure how to join, but I'm here. Okay, so click. Oh, there she is. Okay. How beautiful. Okay, I see you. Can I hear her? Say something to me. Are you muted?
Can you hear me?
Hello? Oh, I can hear you. Yes. Hey, my friend, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much, sis, for joining me on tonight. I just wanted you to talk a little bit about the meeting on tomorrow. We have the Southside Community Garden feedback session.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be on with you guys live tonight, as well as to host the meeting tomorrow. It means a lot. You guys are such a pillar in our communities and so needed. So I'm just so grateful to share space with you guys always.
Well, thank you, my dear.
So what's going on? So Southside Community Garden. A lot of people have heard of Southside, but what we're doing now, I wanted to be a person who actually did some work in the community before I went and got a nonprofit. So Southside Community Garden was actually established long before our nonprofit was actually established. So we waited about a year doing the work in the community. So the actual name of the nonprofit is By Any Means 104. So what we're doing now is we're kind of taking a step back and we're branding the actual nonprofit. And Southside Community Garden is a program under one of the pillars of the nonprofit. So the nonprofit is called By Any Means 104, and there's 3 pillars. So there's Be Accountable, which basically is going to be us holding our police department accountable, our elected officials, holding ourselves accountable to really build community and do our part to try and be the change that we want to see. We also have Be Well, which is a pillar that focuses on health and wellness. So that's what Southside Community Garden falls under. And then we have Be Engaged, which is a pillar that's going to be focused on civic engagement and really wanting to, we're going to be mobilizing and really focusing on people, Black and brown people, primarily ages 18 to 45, to try and get us more active when it comes to our electoral process. We have one of the lowest voter turnouts in the nation here in Tarrant County. And in order for us to see equitable change and resources to actually flow into our communities, we're going to have to be more engaged as people. So we're having these community feedback sessions to introduce By Any Means, to talk about what you guys, the community, wants to see. We understand that a lot of entities are going out and doing a lot of work from the top to the bottom, but we want to always remain boots on the ground, working from the bottom up. So making sure our foundation is set. So it's just very important to have the community engaged. So we're hosting the events at Black businesses. We had our first one at Black Coffee, and we're having this one here at the Dock Bookshop tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I really would like any community members to come out, especially if you are here in Fort Worth. We have some questions we're going to ask. We want to get your contact information. We want to introduce ourselves. We want you to meet some of our board members and really try again and be the change that we like to see. Our motto is each one, teach one, reach many. So it's really going to take all of us, and it will take a community. So I would love to see all you guys to come out, share space with us tomorrow while we have this little talk back session. And really, we want to hear from you guys. So I'm not going to talk at all during the session. I really just would like to hear the feedback. Misty Wilder, who's one of my board members, she's going to conduct and host the meeting. So please come out.
Oh yeah, we love Misty. Okay, wonderful. Okay.
Misty. So it's gonna be good. So I cannot wait. I really hope you guys can grab a friend, come out, and a lot of people say they want to be involved and you want to see change. So, I'm a firm believer and we have to walk it like we talk it. So if we really want to see it, come out, be a part of this, give your feedback. I would love to have whatever capacity you could help us or give input or anything. We want to have you.
Okay, well, great. Okay, so I'm excited that we're talking and we're conversating because I'm learning something new, and because I seen the flyer, and my first question was, where is Southside Community Garden? And now that you explained that it's expanded and is not just that, but as one of the programs of your nonprofit. Now, let me explain to me. Now, it's called By Enemies 104.
Yes, right? Ma'am. So, yes.
What's the 104?
What's the 104? Okay. So, if you know anything, 4 years ago, I was a catastrophe insurance adjuster. So, during the George Floyd uprising, I was out there protesting, like a lot of us, concerned, wanting the police to be held accountable. And during that time, when we would do our chants here in Fort Worth, I would say that the chant "Say Her Name," and a lot of people right here in the city of Fort Worth did not know Tatiana Jefferson's name. So my start into activism was me wanting to keep her name alive. So I organized the mural that you see on the corner of Evans and Allen on the south side, which is in her
beautiful
zip code.
mural.
The zip code she was murdered in was 76104. While I'm in that area organizing the mural this is July of 2020, I noticed that, we're having to drive far for a grocery store. So there was a study done by UT Southwestern back in 2018 to highlight 76104 actually has the lowest life expectancy in the whole state of Texas. So if you think about it, Fort Worth is the 13th largest city in the United States. So we're the 13th largest city in the United States, and we have a zip code with the lowest life expectancy in the whole state of Texas. And it's actually one of the lowest life expectancy zip codes in the nation. So, and we'll fast forward and I'll give you a little more feedback. 76104 is also home of the hospital district. So there are a ton of hospitals in that zip code. But as we know, a lot of Black and brown communities were redlined by freeways. So 35 serves as a barrier of not giving people in the Black and brown parts of 76104 access because they have 35 blocking that. So that zip code has the lowest life expectancy. So I'm focused on that zip code, and it's all stemming, of course, from wanting to keep Tatiana's name alive. So I'm very intentional when people say, oh, it's a food desert. No, we want to be intentional and making sure we're using the right terminology. It's actually not a food desert because a desert occurs naturally. What's happening in our communities is intentional. It's food apartheid. So that community now has.
Wow. I'm learning so much from you today. Hold on, sis. Hold on. Okay, I have to remember that because, it's food apartheid.
Yes, ma'am.
Whole nother connotation there.
Yes, ma'am. Because it's intentional, right? A desert is a naturally occurring instance. What is happening in our communities, it's intentional that the grocery stores are no longer in our communities giving access to fresh produce, but there are dollar stores, Dollar General, and Family Dollars everywhere. Family Dollar, Dollar Store, and Dollar General are all owned by the same people. So they're selling us processed food, beer, and wine, but again, we have no access to fresh produce. If you know anything about high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, all of that stuff, it's based on what we're putting into our bodies. So instead of having to use food, or we can really be using food as medicine where it's preventative. So we eat right, we work out, we exercise, and hopefully those are things that are, will help us live longer. If you look at the number one leading cause of death, it's heart disease. And a lot of times, your heart and that type of thing is based on how you've been eating, how we don't exercise. I know with Black people, a lot of our diet is slave food passed down from generation to generation. So if you know better, you do better. So just being very intentional, educate people on how the food is killing us. And we need to be very intentional and try and eat a little better. And it's a work in progress, baby, for me, because Lord knows I love to eat, right? It's my favorite thing probably. But just being more intentional, right? I want to live too. So
right.
At the end of the day, I want to be here. So yeah.
Well, like you said, you know better, you got to do better.
Yeah, you look at Meadowbrook. I remember being a little girl growing up, and on Meadowbrook there was a Winn-Dixie, there was a Meyers, there was grocery stores on Meadowbrook, and you look at
we even had the Walmart grocery store right across from the bookstore.
Now it's a beauty supply store.
I mean, it's crazy, and it happened like, yes, I see that.
And you see, I mean, that is in most of our Black and brown communities. You're going to see multiple Dollar Generals, Family Dollar, and Dollar Tree,
and those convenience stores.
But where is a grocery store? I mean, even look on Meadowbrook. People on Meadowbrook, you got to go way to Albertsons on John T. White, or you got to go to Fiesta on Berry, or you got to go to Walmart on East Chase. I mean, that is some distance, and there are a lot of people that live right there in that area, but there are food swamps everywhere. A food swamp is where you have all the fast food restaurants, access to all this food that's really killing us. 287 in Berry. Think about, they put a Walmart there, but look at all those other restaurants. Where can you think of a healthy, you can't even find a salada or a salad and go if you think about Stop 6, if you think about Meadowbrook, if you think about Eastwood, Echo Heights, Southside. There's not many health food options.
There's not even a Smoothie King around here.
Yeah, you have to go way to HEB. You got to go to Pipeline. Because the is on Meadowbrook. Yeah, you have to go way to HEB for something like that, or to Arlington. That's ridiculous. So, but to know that, right, and to know better is to do better. So we just want to come out, have those type of conversations. Talk to people. Not just, it's about the food thing. I mean, it's about actually voting, how local elections affect you way more than a presidential election, but people still don't vote. So we really just want to get the community more engaged and let it, and it's educating.
And, tomorrow is election day. And honestly, Patrice, it's been kind of quiet. Usually we have different events dealing with voting and get out to vote and all that. But and it's probably going on. It's just that I know on our front it's being kind of quiet.
It's quiet everywhere.
And I'm trying to figure out, why is it so quiet now? Like, what is happening now?
I feel it's heartbreaking to me, because I feel like we really had some momentum in 2020. And it's just discouraging. Right after 2020, 2021, it's just so discouraging that we were not able to see some substantial change. And now I just feel like people are back to their regular scheduled programs. And unfortunately, no one really cares, but people, we need to care. But it's going to start with
care. We need to care. Yes.
And it's going to start with people not really understanding, well, hey, I voted for this person and nothing changed in my community. So that goes back to holding these officials accountable. If you are elected to be representation for the community, then we need to have a measure in which we're holding you accountable, so that people are not feeling like, hey, my vote don't matter, ain't nothing going to change anyway. I feel like a lot of people, especially people that look like us, that's kind of where they're at. They're
it's so apathetic. And even when you talk to people about voting, it's just like there's no energy or excitement, and won't even say, well, who am I going to vote for? I'm not going to go. It's like, you have to, but then I have to sit back and say, okay, I can really encourage them. Well, I can encourage them to vote, but I can't really speak on who to vote for, because I really honestly haven't done my due diligence of seeing who the candidates are. It's just been so quiet. Usually there's a candidate forum, that we can go to. I haven't heard a lot of candidate forums going on. I said, this is a quiet election year. I don't know what's going on, but
we're at a pivotal moment right now, and I'm very excited about that. With Crystal Gaydon being elected as the new Democratic chair, she's younger, she's vibrant. I'm really hoping that from now until next election, November 2024, we can mobilize, we can have education seminars where you get to know your candidates. We can start positioning people, right, who are really boots on the ground for the community, start positioning those people to potentially run And I feel like it's just all going to start with education, letting people truly understand, well, hey, what does your DA do? What does the city council person do? What does the mayor do? Really educating people on what these elected officials
the roles of the community, roles of leadership.
A lot of people don't even understand that. So when you don't understand that, we haven't elected a Democratic judge in 24 years, that is a huge problem. Like, Tarrant County, has not, so there's no balance within our political lines. And no matter what if you're a Republican or if you're a Democrat, we need balance within the judicial field. We need balance within our elected officials. Like that's what, the checks and balances, that's what kind of hopefully makes things a little more fair. And that's what we just haven't had. So I'm hoping within the next year.
And plus, redistricting and people getting confused on council president because they don't even know what district they don't even know their city council is anymore because it changed. I can actually tell one person, no, you're actually over here now. You're here now. It's like,
is you guys is the docs, or you guys are in 11 or 5 still?
No, it's what's his name? I can't think of his name back in the day. If you
he?
It was a he. In the book, what was his name?
Carrie Moon.
Carrie Moon, yeah, we was with him for the longest.
DUI, the councilman that got a DUI while actively elected him. Yeah, the one who had an ankle monitor on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Patrice, is that crazy or what?
Yeah. Just imagine the privilege. Just imagine. So yeah, okay. So
well, our president, the president can.
So I think you may be in 11 then now with Jeanette Martinez.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, that's our first Hispanic person ever, a Hispanic woman. I'm sorry, not person, Hispanic woman ever elected. So, we're moving toward that change. I think people don't realize Fort Worth is one of the fastest growing cities for Black population. So with that being said, we're going to have more Black people moving here, and getting it. And a lot of times when Black people are moving here from other places, they want to be more involved. So just giving them an avenue and giving them spaces like the Dock Bookshops to gather within community to build and, be able to set a foundation to have equitable resources in our community. It's just very important. So I'm excited. I cannot wait for tomorrow. I hope somebody watching. I hope you can tell a friend. Pull up.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. Like let's just get together and we need more of that where we're really going to the community, seeing what's needed. And because I don't know everything, my board doesn't know everything, but the people who really are living in the communities, they know what they need or they want to see.
Right. Yeah, and so it's just been real interesting. Yeah, so I think now we're actually in District 5. So
okay, so you're in, okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm excited about you all coming. I'm getting these text messages. Hold on. I'm trying to keep
No, you're good. I'm happy. I'm excited about being here.
Yeah, so y'all tomorrow y'all can come out and talk more with Patrice. Well, or her board. It's gonna be not just her, but she's bringing everybody out from the new by any means.
By any means, y'all. By any means, you guys. Like literally,
by any means, 104.
I want to end with one thing, y'all. Asada Shakur is so important. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Like it's on us, y'all. So I really hope to see
it.
Y'all.
Really
Thank
is.
You for this space, Queen.
Thank you. And also, and it's crazy because, people don't realize this, but even Anglo-Americans understand the importance of fighting for freedom because, Ronald Reagan had this saying that, freedom is not a birthright. It's not a part of your DNA, but you got to fight every day for it. Yes. And they literally do. Right? Yes. And so we got to understand that we have to, like you said, fight for our freedom.
They showed us, January 6th showed us how serious they took it. January 6th, when they thought that election got stole, they showed us how hard they fought. They showed us how they don't play. So yeah, we should take some notes and realize that freedom has never been won by being quiet. Never. No one's ever gained their freedom by laying down and being quiet. Nobody.
Yes.
So
all right, my friend. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yes,
okay.
Ma'am.
Thank you for sharing about all that. I've learned so much just talking with you. The whole about the food apartheid. Because I used to say food desert. Now I gotta change my language. Okay,
baby, please. Yes,
I gotta change that. Okay, because desert is natural, apartheid is digital. I got you on that. Okay. We gotta fight that because when you say apartheid, that means fight right there. We gotta fight against that. So Yeah, I like that better.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. So we're excited. We got some things coming up here at the Dock Bookshop. Tomorrow, please come at 6:00 and be a part of this community conversation with by any means necessary. Well, I'm about to say by any means necessary. By any means 104. They're going to be here they're going to introduce their new nonprofit and all that they're doing, which includes the Southside Community Garden. That's a part of their program. So come out and support at 6:00 on Tuesday. Okay, I got a lot going on. Tuesday. Tuesday is by any means 104, 6:00. Thursday is Ross Gay event at Trinity Episcopal Church, 6:00. Both of these meetings or events start at 6:00. So, all right. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, now where are we? There's so much going on. So let me keep up. So we talked about that. Oh, and our last but not least, tomorrow is Tuesday. And what happens on Tuesday? Every Tuesday at 7, well, we're going to say 7:00 is music. 7:30 is the poetry. But Tuesday is Dock open mic. Okay. You got, plan to be here at 7 for the music, 7:30 for poetry. We're going to have a great time at Dock open mic. And of course, tomorrow we're going to have by any means 104 here at 6:00. So we're just going to keep it going. We're just going to have just a fun time. So come. Our host on tomorrow is Tom and Sin. So it should be a very fun evening. We have a good time with Tom and Sin. So they're going to be hosting. And then, like I said, we just got a full week here. And then next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we're going to be here at the Dock Bookshop for the Literary SoulFest. Mark your calendars for the Literary SoulFest. Y'all, it's a family event. November is National Family Literacy Month. And one of our events that we do for National Family Literacy Month is the DFW Literary SoulFest. And it's a great event. We're going to have a wonderful conversation dealing with banned books. We got to talk more about banned books. So we're going to start the conversation at the Literary SoulFest. I'm not going to say we're going to answer all of it, but we're going to start the conversation there, okay, at the Literary SoulFest. So if you got if you know anything about banned books or want to contribute to the conversation, come. And, we may even put you on a panel. It just kind of depends. But on that day, we're going to deal with banned books. We're going to also deal with Hip Hop 50th. We cannot end the year without dealing with the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So we're going to deal with that at the Literary SoulFest. We got Chuck D got a new book out. Of course, Jeezy book came out this year, and a few other hip hop artists had books to come out this year that we're going to feature. And so we're going to deal with that. We're going to celebrate that. And then also we're going to deal with some books, some hot topic books. We're going to have a book discussion, and we're going to have a writer's workshop. We're going to have family book time. We're going to have an empowerment session. We got some authors. In fact, we're going to hopefully we can meet with them next week. Maybe we can bring them on next week. We're going to have some authors for empowerment. So it's going to be a day full of wonderful activities and panels and authors and just community. So mark your calendars and plan to attend the Literary SoulFest on Saturday, November 18th. And I think that covers it. Also, I think we want to give a shout out to the veterans. Veterans Day is November 11th, Saturday, November 11th. This Saturday is Veterans Day. That's going to be observed on Friday. On November 10th is the actual observation. I guess banks will be closed and everything. Or I don't know, I'm not sure, corporations, whatever. But it's going to be observed on the 10th, but the actual day is 11th. And so we want to give a shout out to those who are veterans, who are serving, who have served our country. We salute you. My nephews now is a part of those wonderful group of people. They have joined the Army. And so shout out to my nephews, Memphis and Miles, because they are part of the wonderful group of people who serve our country. So, and I worry about them because, there's a lot going on. So I worry about my nephews, but anyway, so shout out to all the veterans. And it's been a good evening. We talked about a lot, and so I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Shout out to our super producers, 720 and Brittany. Love you guys. Thank you so much for just being here and helping and just doing all that you do behind the scenes. There's a lot going on, y'all. I could not do this on my own. So shout out to the production team and shout out to their platform. They have the Fast Food Diaries. If you get a chance, go to their YouTube channel, Fast Food Diaries, and just laugh because it's a lot going on with their lives. And they, the fast food industry is quite interesting. So check them out. And then what else? I think I covered everything. And yeah, check out some of our videos, and then we're going to what are we doing? Super producer. Okay, now we're going to show a little bit. Yeah, we had this wonderful event with Raina Duong, owner of the Sandwich Hack in Dallas. Okay, hold on, I'm choking a little bit. Let me get some water. I love her. We connected. She's a beautiful spirit. We had so much fun at the Sandwich Hack. So if you're in Dallas, stop by, support the Sandwich Hack. She was a contributor to the book Dear Rebel. And so we did a book signing with her, and then 720 put together this wonderful video of that day because we had so much fun there. And he's going to play a little bit of that video as we close out. Are we coming back, or we're just going to end on that video? We're going to end on the video. So y'all enjoy this as we close out. I'll see you next Monday. Live, love, and read. Signing again.
Right? We're not. They are, I call them rebels. Hi, Sophia. Having a motion week tomorrow. Are you reading what I'm writing? Yes. I love it. Oh, really? Oh, right? I know. Oh, it's alive. Sen, say hi.
Say hi.
This is live, buddy.
Hi.
Thanks for being here. Right?
What should I say, Susie?
This is I'm Chef Ray,
Okay.
Raina Young of Sandwich Hag and Jim Lund Cafe Shop, and this is the very first book signing that I am having ever between the two books. So it's Rebel Girls, which is all about, women and young girl empowerment, and I was featured in 100 Immigrant Women Changing the World back in 2019. COVID happened, so we couldn't do anything with signing. Thank you, Leslie. And then with this one, Dear Rebel, this is for the book signing today, I am a contributor. So I wrote a letter. It's called Dear Rebel. So I wrote a letter to all the young girls and women out there. And what's really cool is Rebel Girls, they translate it into 26 different languages all over the world. And almost every book that they put out is a New York Times bestseller. So this is a huge deal. It's been a long time coming. And I'm just happy that the day is here where we can actually connect with the community and one-on-one and some FaceTime.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I like that, especially the language part of it.
Yeah, 26 different languages, which is really cool, right?
Yes. How many do you know?
3.
3, which one?
Well, Vietnamese, English, a little Spanish. Actually, 4 because I do know a little sign language thanks to my brother.
Okay.
So yeah, we're multilingual here.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm working on Portuguese, Thai, Spanish, Igbo, Swahili, and a little Mandarin.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
That's very cool. I like that.